Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your comments and experiences below. All right, and then let's go ahead and pick a few numbers, shall we? All right, so the first thing I am going to do, because we're still choosing um, 1 as a middle number, so let's choose the 1. Hope you guys are enjoying the whole New Year situation of it all. All right, so we got a 1 in reverse this time. Let's pick some numbers to go on outside of it. All right, so 1 is definitely feeling like an energy of manipulation in this case. And I get like major like constrictions or restrictions. So we have 914. This one comes to a 14, which is a 5, right? So this is definitely reading as somebody who likes to manipulate kind of foundation, manipulate boundaries, kind of what I'm getting here is that somebody likes to create some kind of chaotic mess. Like this is what they're good at. All right, so we have the number 9, ending cycle, wisdom, high vibe, culmination. So 9 here is definitely giving me the culmination of things. Like everything has been added, thrown on top, right? And that's why we have this 4 over here, because I get that there is like a mislaid foundation. Okay, so this could be a relationship that was built off of lies, is what I'm getting mostly, right? I'm getting the 914 energy. Again, it could be your area code. I can't think off the top of my head a 914 area code, but hey, these 3-digit numbers with the 1 in the middle are all giving me area code vibes. So there you go. Either way, it's some kind of mislaid or outdated type of foundation. And I also get this energy of dealing with some kind of fear here, because 5 does equal fear, and it is getting negative. So I'm also getting this information that Spirit wants you to go out of your way to actually change something based on the knowledge that you have, and also be careful of manipulating the situation. In this case today, it definitely feels like Spirit does not want you to use manipulation in order to get ahead on this. Spirit wants you to be honest, be upfront. And always, like I say, when you can't, just stop. Do your best to not deal with people that you feel like you have to lie to, or you feel like you always have to be negative with. Um, Create some kind of situation where you can walk away from that or be separated, or you're going to have to speak your truth. You don't get to just not be honest. All right. So we have the 914 again coming to 14. As I tell you guys, 14 is a karmic life path number, which does represent misuse, abuse of freedom. So this is kind of like this energy of, hey, if I can do it, I will. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people be like, well, it's not illegal. It's like legality does not equal morality, and that's something that people have a tough time understanding sometimes. I also get that you are stuck between some kind of issues, like Spirit is holding you back from something because they want you to figure out some kind of foundational tool first. So this feels like being held back from like moving until you get a better job, or get some kind of switch that has to do with 2 foundations. So it could be like a house and a job, or a car and a house, or um, it's like, okay, you haven't been able to do this because you need to do something else first, and Spirit wants you to do it in the correct order. That's what I'm getting. All right, so let's pick some charms. I'm not gonna hold you. Let's pick some charms, honey. Something's holding somebody back. We got the key. That key looks like a 1 to me. And we have 2 keys. Holy shit. Okay, keys represent secrets. Why? Because it represents a locked door. It represents opening a locked door, opening something that's kind of being hidden, that you kind of want to bring to light. So, yes. Whenever I get the lobster always represents to me holding on to something that just needs to be released. Like holding on too tight to something that needs to be released. Also, get this kind of like bite back energy, which may have to do with manipulation as well. Um, Listen, I know that when people do us wrong, or when people do the people we love wrong, when we have been accosted for whatever the case may be, we always have this like anger type of energy. The word greed came up, so I don't know how that fits. Maybe somebody did some greedy shit, and you feel like they should face backlash on your terms. But I'm just gonna tell you guys to release those terms, okay? Um, I know I talk a lot of shit about religion, but one thing is right: vengeance is not yours. Because when it comes to that kind of like thought process, of trying to get revenge on people, you live in a negative space, right? You live in a space like, oh, what are they doing? Let me make sure that, this is going to go bad for them, or whatever the case may be. And when you focus on the negative, it's hard to focus on the positive too, right? I do encourage you guys to find a way to change that negative energy into something positive. And I explain this all the time. That doesn't mean that you should have toxic positivity. I am not with that. But it does mean that if something in your life happened to you and it kind of hurts you, then, one way to change that negative into a positive is to prevent it from happening to other people, right? Using that dark energy in prevention. That's not revenge, okay? So we're gonna keep going. I got my Chucky cards here. I don't see this Chucky. Chucky's all yellow. Well, I should say these cards are yellow. And yeah, let's see what's going on with the big cards. Because Chucky about to speak, okay? He wants to be your friend. See if... Okay, cool. Only one of these flipped over, so we'll take that one. All right, so the first one we are starting with the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have the Nine. So first of all, the Eight of Pentacles is all about hard work paying off, but it is coming up in reverse, which is clear to me. This is unrewarded work, or some kind of like, I don't know why I'm getting like malevolent, like somebody is doing something behind the scenes that is definitely negative, and it's bad and it's hurting people, and you know about it, right? And you're holding on to this idea in the back of your head that maybe it's going to be different than what they say, or maybe they're going to change, or it's not your responsibility, or whatever the case may be. You guys can align yourself with people that do stuff like this, and then believe that you're going to be blessed because you weren't directly doing it. You have to separate yourself from these people, and that is if they're doing it to you or anyone else. You don't want the karma associated with that. I also get this energy of somebody stealing somebody's work and kind of holding on to it, using it as their own. And then I get this message like somebody's hand being chopped off. So it's not literal, but what I feel is that somebody is holding on to something so tight that when it's taken away from them, it's gonna take a lot of other stuff away from them as well. So they're gonna lose in the end, right? And so when I think about the hands, I think about blood on your hands, and then I also think about five-finger discount. So I already said something about work being stolen, but I also get this like it's like either the work that was stolen injured somebody and somebody got hurt, or outside of work being stolen at all, somebody has been injured or hurt by something that somebody else did. What is Chucky saying here? This is a clippers, hair clippers. He has hair clippers. Okay, and his hair is looking wild. That shit's ugly. That's neither here nor there, guys. That is neither here nor there. So, hair clippers. Wow, that's interesting. That is very interesting. So, this may be that somebody is trying to change the way that they appear to other people, to make it seem like they are putting forth some kind of effort that they actually are not. Like, they're not making an effort to be a better person. They're not making an effort to kind of make up for their karma or pay karma or anything like that. They really don't want to lay in the bed that they made. They don't want what's coming to them. And so one thing I definitely get is that a situation is being manipulated so that someone else takes the fall. Ooh, Queen of Cups. We got Tiffany again. Oh, she was the Queen of Swords too in this deck. No, she has a knife though, which is clearly a sword. Queen of Cups. So this could be this is some kind of loving relationship. For some of you guys, it will be an actual intimate relationship, but what I'm getting is this is like it's the manipulation of a woman that's supposed to, or a feminine energy that is supposed to love and protect, and somebody is gonna turn this woman into something else. And I mean, she's responsible for herself, so I'm not gonna just like give anybody a pass to act out of character, because you don't get a pass for that. You are who you are, and how you react is part of who you are. No one else can be responsible for that. But I do get this energy of somebody being fed up. They're about to cut somebody off, cut somebody out of their life. They might be cutting this hand off, honey, because I got that energy of a hand being cut off. So I get this energy of biting the hand that feeds you. Okay, cutting something off at the source, so that they can't give or they can't take anymore. Yo, this reading is crazy. This is a crazy number. And whatever this is, they're doing it behind the scenes. Somebody has I'm getting like a big hole in their heart, right? A big hole in their energy. A lot of times when we when we have like addictions and kind of like what do they call coping mechanisms, we can feel like filling a void. That's what I'm looking for. A lot of times when you think about filling a void, it's kind of like filling a hole. And somebody has been secretly trying to fill some kind of void for a really long time. And it's absolutely not working, okay? So I do get that this is going to be some kind of breakup fight that you are going to be in the middle of, because you are like, oh, I can't pick a side. And I get the issue with you picking a side is because it's like, do I go with everything that I've learned over the years, over this time, everything I know, or do I choose to stay safe, I guess it is, and sit in where my foundation is comfortable. So this is like, just to give an example, I mean, I don't know your situation, but in my head, it's like you are, I don't know, it could be your parents. Let's say this, right? Let's say, I hope that you guys are all divorced and all divorced. Wow. You guys are all adults and on your own. But my example is of divorced parents. So let's say you're like in college or something, and the dad is paying for all of your college, paying for you to live, da 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 da, this and that, right? But you know that this man has been treating your mom like shit for as long as you can fucking remember. Maybe he used to beat on her, maybe he just called her names, maybe he just cheated on her all the time. Okay, it's a lot of ways you can be mistreated. So let's say that is the case, right? And they're about to split up, and your mom's like, oh well, I really need your support in this time, and if you do it, it's like your dad might cut you off, from the foundation that you have, from the foundation that you know, if you take her side, you know what I'm saying? So I guess if you're even younger and you're living with one of them, you're like, okay, well, mom doesn't really have a place to stay, so I have to stay with dad. If I decide to go stay with mom, we'll be living here or there. So it's really this vibe of being comfortable, right? Do you choose to stay in this comfortable space, or do you choose to use the knowledge that you have and expound upon it? And so you have been playing like this middle, you've been playing both sides. It looks like you have been the one manipulating the situation, but it's not going to be able to continue. So you have to make a decision whose side you're on. Okay, it doesn't have to actually be people, but you have to decide which side you're on. Sometimes you can't be two things, right? It's not going to serve you to be like a police officer and a drug dealer. You have to make a choice. You don't get to do both. Okay. So then we have the Two of Cups in reverse. He got the ice pick. Listen, Chucky is a little violent little fucker. Okay. And then we have another key, of course. And so the Two of Cups in reverse is almost like this. What I'm getting right now is an energy of like refusing to choose, to choose, refusing to decide what is most important to you, because you want to play this area where everybody likes you. And I don't mean like everybody in the world, but you know, the people that you care about, you have this idea that, you know, they should like you, right? Um, yeah, no, no. What I'm getting right now is if you don't choose, you're going to end up shooting yourself in the foot anyway, right? So you have to go one way or the other. How much time we got on this? 17. Okay. So let me pull some moon. I'm going to get you guys a final message here. All right. I like to not look when I pick, so I'm going to pick 3. Pick one here. Here. All right, let's see what we got. We'll take that upright since it's on its side. Oh, and then what is this? Urus is definitely in reverse. All right, so the first one over here, we have Manas, which is kind of like a practicality type energy. We have Sowilo, which represents the sun and success. And then we have Urus, which is the ox or strength, which is in reverse, okay? So that is important. So let's see, Urus in reverse is about loss of health. Ooh. Yo, I love when spirit be so fucking clear with the messages. I mean, they're telling you right now, like if you choose this, to stick to this foundation, to do what's comfortable, to do what's safe, what feels safe, is you're going to stab yourself in the foot. You are going to have lack of options. You're going to have some kind of loss of health. This can be a financial health, emotional health, mental health, your literal body health. It could be, I don't know. Okay. So Willow is the sun, success. And so when we have the Queen of Cups here upright with basically a knife in her hand, so it's like, to me, it's giving Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups mixed. And it kind of gives me this energy that you should be living in your truth. Like I said, no more manipulating the situation. You have to move past that. You have to go where your heart is leading you. Allow yourself to really feel what the right thing is, right? Because, honey, you can't, I'm just telling you, you can't go on right here. Spirit is clearly saying it right here. You cannot. But there is success in being in your truth, being in your vulnerability, and cutting off people who do not deserve to be in your energy, right? So earlier I had said like the biting the hand that feeds you, and this shit is just making so much more sense the more that we go into this reading, because it's like, okay, this person has been giving all these years, but they haven't been doing the right thing. As a matter of fact, what they have been using to keep you attached to them is just their manipulation tactics. And then your issues with playing both sides, or oh, I'm not picking a side when you actually need to, is your manipulation tactics, right? So you have to decide in your world that you there is no manipulation of the situation, right? So we low is so we low. Whether you turn it this way or whether you turn it this way, is gonna have the same outcome. It's gonna have the same meaning. And so that is very important, because you need to define who you are. The sun is all about our personality, our ego, how we identify ourselves, right? The fundamental essence of me, of I. And you guys have to decide what that means to you. I feel like I've been saying that a lot more lately, but it is so very important that you are very clear and open about the legacy that you want to leave on this earth. You do not want to leave a legacy where people, um, where you couldn't decide, right? It reminds me of, what is that? The Good Place. I haven't watched second season, but the first season, basically they found out they were really in hell instead of heaven. But one girl, I think it was the main character, was there because she just never decided anything. She just was always like, kind of like, let's see what happens. And in the end, it harms people, because you have to think about it. If somebody is waiting for you to do something for them that you say, okay, yeah, I might be able to do this, and you're not able to do this, you stop them from searching for other places to get that. Or on the other hand, if you, just cause harm in general by not making a decision, leaving somebody hanging when you have the opportunity to help them, and spirit put it on your heart to help, and then you kind of like, well, no, because if I do it, like this other person might be upset about it. Like that's almost the same as being indecisive, or making a wrong decision in a way that hurts somebody, and it's not for the right reasons, right? It's one thing, not helping someone because you don't have it, or it's just not put on your heart to do it. I mean, let's just be real. But if spirit is really pushing you to do something for somebody, to help somebody, and then you ignore it, and instead do the exact opposite, where this person ends up like in pain or being hurt or anything like that, it's just gonna be heavy karma. So let me wrap this up, y'all, because I was not trying to make this so long, but man, let's get a final message for those seeing 914, spirit. Final message for those seeing 915. Final message for those seeing 915. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Let's just, Queen, bitch, listen, y'all. When I tell you can't make it up, what? Spirit don't play no games. I said what I said, okay? Spirit don't play no games. No games. You have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups right here. Listen to your emotions. Listen to your vulnerability. Open up your heart. Have some empathy. And also, The thing with air energy is that it's a very mental energy, right? So what that means is that you guys have to actually look at what's being done, analyze it, see what's going on, and if it's not right, you have to cut it off. You have to end that. We have the Queen of Pentacles over here, and so a lot of parts of me feel like you guys are holding the wrong thing dear to your heart. The Queen of Pentacles, for me, rarely comes up as a mother. Rarely ever. I normally do not see her as a vulnerable woman, but the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer. And in this case, I do see a child involved. And so, what I'm going to say to that is again, you want to make sure that you are leaving the legacy that you can be proud of. One, you want your child to follow, right? You don't want your kids doing anything for the money, doing anything for a place to stay, doing anything so they could get this or get that, using people as a means to an end. You don't want to raise that type of child. That's not, but you will if that is the energy that involves you. Now, for some of you guys, you can be dealing with this with an outside party. Some of you guys, it is you. Like, you are the problem, the go between, and you've been the go between. And this is kind of like, I'm gonna need you to wake up and stop, because somebody that is dependent on you is seeing your behavior, and they are going to 100% repeat it. Look, this even got a little rabbit in it. Rabbits are definitely about reproduction. All right, so we have over here once again. So we have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Wheel of Fortune. And what I'm getting is you can put in the work to create your own fortune, to create those things that you want so much in life. But if you continue this way, if you continue the way that you have been going, there's absolutely going to be a backfire and bad luck. It just is. Because as much as the Wheel of Fortune is good luck, the Wheel of Fortune is about what you do coming back around on you. So it could be good luck. It could be. But it's not going to be if you live in this weakness, if you stab yourself in the foot, it's not going to be. All right, so that is all I have for this number, y'all. I'm sorry this reading is long. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. And as always, happiness is the goal. Leave your comments below as well. I'll see you guys next time.